All right, we're back for turn 4. Uh, Sadly, I don't totally remember. I remember it's only about an hour and a half ago since I did turn 3. And then I had to go off and do some stuff, but kind of forgot how I ended turn 3 because I remember specifically talking about some issues. I know we got this card up here we got to deal with. But see, this is why I have these game notes down here. You're supposed to make notes of what you're thinking before you save the game and move on. And I didn't do it. And I'm not going back and watching the video. So we're just going to deal with it. I did get some clarification. I posted some stuff on Board Game Geek. Uh, this was right. Assuming I didn't miss something on on this hierarchy chart, which I don't think I did. That HMG saw nobody, so he picked up and moved elsewhere. So, as was pointed out by Andrew, we're not in isolation. There's other stuff going around us. So that HMG may have been with nobody in sight, go to take care of an issue elsewhere. So perfectly fine. That's good for the narrative. Feels almost feels dirty from my perspective, having somebody who can control some of my movement and just say, nah, I'm going to get out of his line of sight and he's going to walk away. But it does make sense narratively, so that's good. The other thing is, after turn 1, these mines are treated normally. So, or, I'm sorry, after we go from no contact to contact, these mines impact normally. So normal rules apply. So I do have got the answer to that. So let's dive right in and see how turn 4 goes. There is no HQ event. So my CO is sitting with 6. By the way, just to point out, all of my HQs are still in command, right? This one I can go from the CO through the staging to the third, second, and the first sergeant and the XO are all on staging cards. But a reminder, first platoon is carrying the spare battalion TACnet, so it allows him to communicate with the CO. And I gave it to him very intentionally. So there is an opportunity to have the CO talk to that guy and have him try to spot, which is probably going to happen. Because with spotting, another reminder. No, I lied. That's all part of the same segment, so they can only spot once in a segment. So, but it wouldn't use one of their commands. So we may do that. We'll see. So let's draw and see what we get. 3. So that is 3 plus 1 more. So we have 10. We can spend down to 4. I'm going to activate the third. That's for sure. The second can only save 6. I don't have a lot that I really planned for them to. Well, no. I'm going to start moving some units up into here, although the first sergeant can help. Yeah, so I'm not going to activate the second. I am going to activate the first and save up to 9, but I want to get some stuff moving here. Not doing the XO, not doing the first sergeant, not doing the second. So, I've done 2. He is going to, on the radio, tell first platoon, attempt to spot that card. So the easiest unit on that card, well, there isn't an easiest unit. We got an FO and a sniper, both of them -1. So I think we went through this earlier on another video, right? I'm a veteran. They are undercover. They are a sniper or an FO. They are green. So it's basically just a normal draw. 2. So the CO is going to tell with his third spend the first sergeant to spot. 1, 2. He's going to exhort 3. Well, there's the short, so that's not bad. And there's one thing. I wanted to try and get the artillery up here. See if we can't lay down some white phosphorus if we can't get the spot in. So, okay. So, CO is done. Saving 6. Let's tackle third platoon next. He's got one. He is under fire, and it is sniper fire. So if we look at the command draw modifiers, snipers, he's -3. So he's green, and so he's getting a -3. He's going to only get one, most likely. Yeah. So because he's activated, he gets one. So he gets 2 commands. So I can tell you, I think I am going to, let me think here. This is tough because I don't want to move off this card. The sniper, oops, they're all firing here now, by the way. That whole PDF is going. Oh, wait a minute. They're not firing here. They're firing here. They're not firing over. That was a mistake. They're firing from here. The spotter is going, but when he shifted his fire, it landed here. So that actually makes a big difference. That makes a big difference in what I'm going to do. So that guy's paralyzed. First thing he's going to tell this line unit to try to spot. Really want to spot that guy. So, that is going to be thinking. I apologize for making you watch me think. So I believe that's just going to be a 1 because that's a sniper, undercover. It's not a veteran. They're green, but that's -1. So I think they're drawing 1. Boy, that's terrible. I'm going to do it. Didn't work. He's actually going to tell this guy to look for cover. Jeez. I want to look at something. Okay. Well, those are wasted commands. Third platoon basically accomplished nothing. The first platoon is undercover. He's veteran, so it's +2. So he gets 5. He's up to 10. He has already tried to spot. He has to leave the cover to tell this guy to spot. Wow. To be honest with you, I think I'm going to have him move back as 1. He is going to tell the engineers to move up. This is very risky. He's actually going to tell the engineers to move here. Yep. So he moved here, and the reason is to not be in their visibility. That's 2. He will tell this unit to move forward. It's going to end up under the cover. That's 3, and I think I may be done. Let's see, 3. I don't think I want to do anything else. I'm not going to, oh, you know what? Should have had the CO do that. He is going to turn him into with 2 more commands, fire team, assault team. Do need to remember, I've got these skills. Gotta remember that. As a matter of fact, I'm about to take advantage of it. Maybe. All right. God, I just can't spot anybody. It's driving me crazy not being able to get those guys spotted. All right. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He started with 10, so he's down to 5. All right. 3rd platoon's done. I'm going to do 2nd platoon next. So 2nd platoon is just whatever his draw. So he gets 3. He's at 8. Limited to can only save 6. But one key thing here, I'm going to probably move some units forward. I'm giving thought. I think I'm going to take a real chance and do a platoon move forward and get a whole bunch of units on that card. But so in a platoon move, I think each unit does a move event, correct? Move a platoon. All good order units have each unit perform a move. All units move to the same card. So they move this, but they each do a move. So everybody in here except the mortar. I'm sorry, except the 1st sergeant. The mortar's even going to move because the mortar is attached to the 2nd. Do I want to do this? Do I want them all there? I don't want them all there. I'm not doing it. Changing my mind again. 1. He's going to attempt to infiltrate. So 1, 2, 3. He failed. There's my spots. 1. He is going under the cover. I'm going to move the 2nd here. The 2nd is going to move there. So he's going to also attempt 1, 2, 3. So he did manage to infiltrate. So that's 2. So I can go down to 2. Absolutely moving this guy. He is veteran as well. It says line there, but if we look at the rules, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're veteran. Just manually change that. So we're going to attempt to move. They're going to go undercover. So 1. This is my 3rd move. They're trying to infiltrate. 1, 2, 3. So they infiltrated as well. Now, my 4th move is going to be attempt to infiltrate myself. So 2, 1, 2. And that succeeded. So that's kind of nice. My 5th move is going to be to tell this veteran unit to attempt to spot that guy. So he gets a draw of, he's on a 1, they're on a 2, that doesn't really matter. But they're not an FO, they're undercover, but they're green, so nothing there, and I'm a veteran, so +1. So it's 3 cards. 1, of course I need 1. And I get 2. So they are now spotted. And we are opening fire. Got an LMG, so we are going to lay down automatic fire here. But I am also going to tell, let's see, this mortar team to attempt to call in fire. Now, this is my very first call. And I believe the mission rule said the very first attempt reduces, for the first attempt, reduce calls from artillery or regimental cannon. So it's not artillery, right? This is the mortar. I'm assuming that's correct, because it specifically calls out regimental cannon and artillery. And so if we look here at the, yeah, we've got artillery, mortar, and cannon. I'm going to assume the mortar does not. So, so this guy is going to attempt to call fire here. He is a mortar, and he's drawing, so he gets to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. So that we have no battalion fire. He basically just drops, what is he, a -3? He drops a -3 incoming there. And we need to decrement his fire missions by 1. We're also going to assign the mortar 301 up there. So this counter is up there. All right. That was good. I think that's it for me, right? It was, oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4 movement, 5 to search, 6 to fire. So he's down to 2. And I spent all 6. But that was effective, and that's why I want to be able to spot. Next up, the first sergeant. Tell you what I'm gonna do. All right, here we go. Ready? Let's see. I'm gonna go with the XO next. The XO gets 1, so he's got 9. He can spend down to 3. So one of the things the XO is going to do is paralyzed to litter. That's 1, 2, 3 to get it to an assault team. 4 to have it move. 5 to tell this artillery to go up here. He is exposed. And I think that's it. There's my 5. So the XO has spent 5, so he's down to 4. Now, the first sergeant. First sergeant has 10, can save 9, but first sergeant is going to tell these 3 guys to move over here. The reason is to get them into the CO's sphere, because that's 3. Number 4 is to move here with the first sergeant. Number 5 is to actually search up here. Now, the first sergeant is line for veteran. So is the machine gun. So it doesn't matter. So we're drawing the 2 cards again. So 1, 2. Dang it. So my next one is going to be, I am going to have the artillery for my 6th one. So that's going to get him down to 4. We are going to attempt to call in white phosphorus. We only have 1 mission. Now, this is where I believe this is my very first use of the artillery. So for the first attempt, I'm going to reduce the call by 2. So I only get 1 draw for this, I believe. Because normally I get to draw 3. So it failed. Might try again in general initiative. So that's it for the first sergeant. So now it's general initiative. So this is a new segment, or isn't it? No, it's not a new segment. Not a new segment. All right. Of course, there's my hit. There's my hit and also my 0. All right. Well, this is the way the game plays. All right. Oh, my goodness. Now, and they have an HQ event. Wow. All right. I don't know anything about, I really don't know their HQ events. We're on turn 4, so this is the first column. Number 4. Number 4. Rally. Remove all pinned markers from enemy units. I don't believe they have any. So, did not have an effect. Wow, that just stunk. All right, well, so now we're on to enemy activities checks. Now it's getting a little more complicated. We've actually got, well, we've got 4. We know this guy's just running away. Needed to get something on there. Although this is probably a screw up now that I think about it. That's where they're gonna target. That's where this guy's gonna target there. This is not good. That was dumb. I did not, because I've got too many steps there. I got a whole bunch of them exposed, and that was, somebody should have stopped me. That was not a smart play, I don't believe. Shoo. All right, well, let's draw. Who first? A 4. So it's this guy. Enemy spotter, pinned with no missions, removed from play. So he is simply heading back up here. Probably come back and get me sometime. All right. That's done. 3 to go. This guy. I am not looking forward to this card. So this is a spotter. He has missions. So spotter card. Nope. Most opposing steps. So we got, should have moved the unit here. Get him firing at the 3rd instead of up here. But it's definitely this guy. We have 5 friendly steps and only 3 over here. And that's the only, and this guy's 1. So he's going to attempt to draw. We're pulling 2 cards. So 1, 2. Whew. Man, this guy, he's been the worst spotter in history. But that was lucky. Now this guy is a sniper firing here. And so he is not under fire, but a valid target. So he automatically attempts to concentrate his fire. Oh no, I take that back. Snipers have their own activity. He is good order, unspotted, no action. He just does his thing. So that's done. Whew, I got lucky. All right, it's going to look brilliant taking that risk, but it was stupid. This guy. Now this guy is Not under fire. Oh no, he is. No, he's not under. Yeah, he is under fire. He is under fire from a different direction. Under fire from a different direction. So it's a 1 through a 4. A 2. Under fire, different direction. A 2, he is going to attempt to concentrate fire. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to do it. Oh, you know what I didn't do on these guys? Both of these guys expended ammo last turn. I am not going to do it on this guy because if they concentrate fire and then they have to pull back from that card, they get the concentrate fire back. So I'm not even going to have them attempt to concentrate fire. So we are on to this guy, which is, he is automatic, I believe, not under fire, and has a valid target. He's auto with a concentrate fire. So they're green. He's drawn one card. It fails. So, all right. That's interesting. Capture segment, nothing. I don't believe he's pinned, so he's not retreating. I don't believe there's any other units that are pinned, unpinned litter teams. I don't think there's any capture. Fire mission update. This goes away on this card, but this one flips, meaning this PDF goes away. Now, he doesn't stop firing. This is something that I've done wrong for a long time, but I've went back into to Board Game Geek and different things and clarified. His fire effectively moves to his own card. Now, he's not firing on himself, but he is wasting ammo. So his fire moves to here, and then it'll move back once he can see again. So he doesn't stop firing. Get rid of these enemy activity checks. So that's that. We have no potential contacts this time. There's no unpinned, I don't believe. He's still under fire. Yep. They're just all exposed. So, let's see what happens. This guy is a 2, 4, -3. So it's basically a +1, right? Because this is, oh, nope, got a -1. So it's even. So -4 and then +4. So even. And that is a hit. They are green. So that is a casualty and a paralyzed unit. So we'll take a casualty. Sweet. And then we're going to take a paralyzed. Now this is, I'm going to look here. Let's see at the end. Do we have? Yeah. So he is a, what is this? The VGs. And an A with a long range. So his last two steps are going to be an SC and an AC fire team. So the first step, yeah. So he's got one lat team that's paralyzed, which is going to be that. Then it is the AC fire team. That fire team. So, assume he still has his 5 ammo. That guy's paralyzed. They're both under a trench. He's also pinned. So that was good. The mortar did a good job. He also spent an ammo. So that is, I'm going to do this with this guy. 4 and 4. And I'm going to, while I'm thinking about it, this guy, which is 2 LMG, is going to spend an ammo. So that's that. The only other place we have fire is here. So what we have is +1 for pinned. It's got the sniper on him. So that's the best VOF. So -3. crossfire. Yep, still have crossfire. So it's -4 +1. So it is a -3. Hit. He's green. Stays paralyzed. Paralyzed and pinned. All right. Well, that could have been worse. All right. So that is it. I took ammunition from both sides. They're not shifting fire because they still have a valid target there. So we clean up. Turn 5. All right. We're going to keep rolling. We're at the 30-minute mark. Should keep this one under an hour. Looks like taking somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 minutes for a turn. I'm going to throw that squad back in. All right. My goal is to see if I can get the engineers infiltrated into here. And yeah, so let's see what we can do here. So let's look now. Second platoon is undercover. He cannot be activated. First platoon, first sergeant can be. Third, everybody else can be. So second platoon cannot be activated. So I definitely want the third platoon activated. I want the first platoon. I think I want these two. Well, you know what I ought to do first? Why don't we check for an HQ event? There is not one. What kind of commands do we have? So he's veteran, so he has 9. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does he want to do anything else with these guys? He's going to tell this assault team to move up here. And my goal is to then be able to have this guy next turn move that assault team. All right. Nope. So I think that's it. So saving 4. All right. First platoon I'm going to do. Is that right? Do I want to do the first platoon? The third platoon. Or the XO even. I think I'm going to move the XO next. Let me think about this for a second. All right, here's what I'm thinking. I do the XO. Get some more units up here. I'm probably going to get the XO here as well. He can tell the engineers to infiltrate there. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then that lets the third platoon use his to try to spot. So, XO, who is veteran, gets 5. So he's at 4, so he's at 9. So he can spend down to 3. He's going to tell the mortar section can't really do anything there, but I don't want to put him here while we're. I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell the mortar section to move to the forest. That's 1. I'm going to tell this guy to move here. That's 2. I'm going to tell these 2 to move here. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these 2 are exposed. His fifth move is going to be to move himself. His sixth move is going to be to tell the engineers who are veterans to attempt to infiltrate here. And reminder, if they infiltrate successfully, then they draw one card for the mine. If they don't get anything, then it is cleared. A path is cleared. So first they infiltrate. 3 draws. 1, 2, 3. Well, that was a lot of mines. So they attempted to move there. It failed. So they got to draw 3. 1. Ha, there's my infiltrate. 2. There's my infiltrate. Ah, Jesus. Unbelievable. Ugh. Unbelievable. These guys have a mine attack. That is just freaking unbelievable. Yeah. So close. Well, that was 6. I think that was the right play. God blasted. That is just depressing. Well, so now we're going to do the third. He actually got shortchanged with draws last time. So he's green, so he gets -1 because I thought he was under sniper fire. So he gets 2. He's going to tell, I think they're all line. Yep. Tell him to look. First one, take a peek. Nope. I think they only draw 1 because it's right. Didn't we determined that their line. So 2 -2 +1. Yep, they get 1 draw. So we're going to use the next draw to attempt one again. Hey, so we got one. We spotted them. That's huge. I mean, this is really big because, well, you know, it's funny. Well, these guys are going to open up. Sniper's just going to go away, though, now because he's, I think, being spotted. He's just going to try and run. But more importantly, First Sergeant now has a chance to tell that guy. So that's what we're going to do. We're doing the First Sergeant next. So he's going to draw. He's a veteran. So he gets 5. He's up to 9. Telling him to go here with regular artillery now. So 1, 2, 3. That's all we're drawing, actually. Artillery FO draws 3. So we got it. So we'll take 1 away. Plunk down artillery there. I think that's a -5. Yep, that guy is -5. So that's good. Oh, this is killing me, man. That one hurt. It's the challenge. Getting through this stuff. Close to perfect. All right. So that's 2. Or that's 1. Tell you what, he's going to tell the First Sergeant did 1. He can go down to 6. His second command is going to be tell that guy to look for cover. 1, 2, 3. He didn't find it. He's going to tell this guy to look for cover. 1, 2, 3. That is unbelievable. It's going to exhort him. That failed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 already. He's going to look for cover. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. God almighty. That's 5 commands. I'm done. That is mind blowing that nobody found cover. So now what I'm going to do is the first gets 2. He's a veteran, so he's up to 8. He's going to do a platoon move with this whole group. Exposed. 2, 3. That whole group moved. 4. That's 2 commands. Now he's going to tell one of these guys, he's veteran, to look for cover. So he's drawn 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he found cover. That's 3. Then we'll tell one of the other guys to look for cover. 1, 2, 3, 4. He found cover. A little more realistic. So 2 to move, 2 cover. Then he's going to tell the machine gun to move under this one. He's going to tell the art. Yeah. He's going to move his own butt under this one. So that was 6. He's down to 2. All right. Last but not least, the second platoon. He is undercover, so he gets a +1. So he gets 2. So he's up to 4. He's going to continue plunking down fire. Don't want to avoid a short here. But he's drawing 3, but he's drawing 4. So he tells the mortar to fire. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He failed. Spend 1 more to exhort. 5. So he failed. Wow. All right. He's just going to stop and save his 2. All right. General initiative 2. The mortar already fired in the initiative segment, so he can't try to fire again. It really kind of stinks. Because that means this is going to, they'll open up. So what I think I should do, I don't think it matters. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to have them attempt to breach that. So let's go look at the rule here on how this works. So what happens is Bangalore torpedo. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. So the Bangalore comes with 2 shots, can only be used to breach entanglements on row 2. The same as a demolition attack, and if successful, so 2 shots can only be used. Same as a demolition. If successful, it's breached. Okay. So a demolition is 7.1.3. Let's see. They may be thrown or placed when using a demolition on a card with a VOF. Whether or not it is, and I assume that's a VOF. It must be thrown, otherwise it's placed. When a demolition charge is placed, a demo attack marker is simply placed on the target. No. When it's thrown, it's a grenade attack, thus requiring an attempt. So we are basically going to use one of our one of the, let's see. I assume if it succeeds, if it fails, then a demo miss marker. So if it fails, it's going to have no effect, basically. The torpedo is. Now this is a veteran unit, so we're drawing 3 times to try to throw this torpedo. 1, 2, and it got it. There's the grenade. So this flips to there. That flips to breached. The mine markers are now only 1. It'd be good if there was a draw 1 option on that. I don't think there's a counter. You have to, you know how you remember it? When you see the breach, you have to remember that. So, yeah. All right. So they did their job and got us the breach. And basically the mines are now down to 1 as well. So mines are only 1 draw. So we can, I think we're going to have a chance to get through. So I think that's good. So that was 1. And I'll tell you the other thing I'm thinking is that I should have him look for cover. So I'm going to do that. I mean, he's already being hit by a mine. So I'm going to draw 2. 1 more for he's a veteran. So 1, 2, 3. We did get cover. The other thing is I just pulled a whole bunch of successful things out of because this guy's going to attempt. He will lay down. Well, he's going to attempt to call fire again for the 5th turn in a row. All right. So that's it. General initiative's done. So now, no event for them. They have no HQ event. So here's where we have enemy activity checks. I believe the sniper is running away. So we got 3 of them. So number 1. This guy is the easy one, I think. He's still unspotted. He's not under fire, valid PD. He's going to attempt to concentrate fire. He gets 1 draw. It fails. So, done. And he got 1 draw because he's green. And there it would have succeeded. Next one here. So let's look at this guy. We've got 2 units on here. They're both pinned under cover. So pinned under cover. So it's a 1 through a 4. The first one does nothing. That's the leftmost. And then I think the next one does. Yep, no action. So both of those they do nothing. Now we're here. So let's first do the spotter, which is going to be, once again, the most cards. Now, what do we have here? 6 friendly. And oh, yeah, we got more here. This may have been a screw up again. Should have waited a turn. All right, well, we're drawing. We're drawing 2. Whew! That guy is pathetic. And he's about to get blasted. So now the sniper, enemy sniper, good order, spotted. Oh, units in line of sight. Not in a field fortification. He falls back, but he is in a field fortification. So he's going to stay there because he's in a trench. So he's going to stay there and take the fire, which I almost prefer. And he's firing here still. So he just does the no action. That's the end of enemy activity. Now, I don't think there's any capture. We have a casualty now. But nothing else. And they still have units, so that doesn't count. There's no retreat because we don't have an unpinned one. Vehicle. So fire mission update. So the very first thing that's going to happen in fire mission update is this one flips, this disappears, this moves back to here. I guess one question would be, wouldn't he fire here? It's interesting. He was firing this way. I don't know if you're supposed to remember and it just goes back because it's not a new placement of fire. I'm assuming it just goes back to where it was. I think that's the correct answer. Now, he is pinned, but this guy is firing automatic, so they're just basically providing this nice crossfire. This guy, however, moves back. There is no more. I'm going to do this way. So the sniper fire moves there. I think that's it. All right. No potential contacts. I didn't move onto a card again intentionally. Not sure I'm going to. These don't matter. These will. Pinned recovery. I don't believe we have any. These guys are none of these are pinned. So we're just resolving combat. So here we have -1, and then they're +5. So these guys are both +4. First +4, pinned. Second +4, missed. That went in the reverse order of what I wanted. And I am going to drop his ammo down to 3. This guy's ammo down to 3. And once again, my LMG2 is firing. I'm going to take his ammo while I'm thinking about it. I did take I took the fire mission. All right. So that was this guy. So here we have -5. They're in a bunker, so +5. He's in a bunker, +5, but also -1. So that's a -1. Pinned. Not the worst thing. This guy, it's +2, -6. So he's a -2. Right? So basically they were -1. Yep. -2. So that sniper is hit. He becomes a fire team. That's actually the worst. That is not what I wanted. Ugh. So there is no more sniper. There still is a small arms, which is now all pinned here. Here, they had automatic and a crossfire. And so that's basically -1. Pinned. So he's just going to stay pinned. And now comes the brutal attack on my engineers, which is going to be a -4. All right, I'm going to stop complaining about the way the cards fell. That's unbelievable. That is so lucky. Wow. Okay, they're pinned. I'll take it. Unbelievable. And I think that's it. We've taken ammo. Nobody else is under any fire. So we're going to clean up. And we will be moving to turn 6. But right now, we're right up, bumping up on the hour. Good time to stop. So hope you're enjoying. Not sure how good this is compared to when I have my brother here with a little bit of the banter and a little of the discussion. I think you get to sit and watch me stare and think, which is probably boring. I apologize for that, but hopefully it's been good. You're enjoying it and learning something, getting interested in maybe the Bulge scenario. Although this one's just to wet the whistle. The next ones, as we start to get into the counteroffensive by the Germans and more vehicles, I think you'll get even more intrigued. So let's keep rolling, get this one, try and survive mission 1, get through mission 1, and with as few casualties as possible, and then proceed from there. We'll see you on the next video.